before I start specifically talking about the match that is ahead, I think that now is the perfect opportunity for me to go on a little bit of a monologue ahead of this massive Emirates night against Liverpool, against the side that ultimately pipped us to the league title last season. There is no better time for me to mention that, putting April 2023 aside, I have never in my entire life been as confident that Arsenal are going to win a Premier League title this season as I am right now. Right now, we are 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, 6 points clear of Aston Villa, also 6 points clear of Manchester City, who I believe are the only other team that could possibly win the league title other than Arsenal. And City have been not far off their best at all in terms of the results that they are getting this season. Before the recent 2 draws against Sunderland and Chelsea, they had won 6 matches in a row in the Premier League, and we still, despite that, are 6 points clear of them currently. In previous seasons, it would be very easy to see how quickly that gap could completely dissolve, but this Arsenal team, believe me, is different. They are not dropping as many silly points as previous Arsenal teams. They are incredibly good at getting the job done against the teams they should get the job done against. We have played 20 matches in the Premier League this season, and 10, that is 50%. Half of the matches we have played in the Premier League this season have been wins in fixtures we did not win last season. On top of that, this team is incredibly good at winning big games. Yes, that has faltered recently, but let me remind you, before our defeat away at Anfield earlier this season, we had gone over 20 matches unbeaten against the Premier League's Big Six. We go into every single match these days believing and expecting a win. That is the standard, and that standard is only set to increase. Because, whisper it quietly, I don't want to jinx anything, but right now, we only have 3 senior injuries, and one of them is to a 16-year-old. Things are turning around for the better on the injury front. And if things continue down that path, this team will go up a level and will start to show very soon just how good they are and just how high the level is that they can go. And believe me, if this team hits their best level, no one will catch up. Not Villa, not City, not Liverpool, no one. Game over. In terms of the on-field issues we have, as annoying as they are very fixable. For me, there's 4 main ones that continue to pop up. Defensively, we still look very unstable sometimes. But with Saliba and Gabriel back playing together, if they can stay together, stay fit, those two, and keep playing together, we will improve massively there. On top of that, inability to break down low blocks is what I'm calling it. That was probably our biggest on-field issue last season. That's only really hampered us one time this season. That was the Wolves game. Since then, we haven't really had a chance to see if that match against Wolves was just a blip. Seeing as it's only happened once this season, that's the definition of what a blip is. So yes, we have to wait and see if it really was just a blip by seeing in a few of the matches coming up, Nottingham Forest away, Leeds away, we will get more chances to see. But for me, that Wolves match was just a blip, and we still have massively improved the way we break down low blocks, the way we suffocate teams that do set up in a nasty low block. On top of that, excessive caution is what I'm calling this issue. That's something that you look at and see as an issue in pretty much every single match we've dropped points in this season. But I've seen a big improvement in that recently. Since Villa away, the 2-1 defeat, there's not been a single match where I think we've been too cautious. And it's paying off. We are taking advantage of space that is in behind. Victor Gyökeres isn't. That's something that he should be doing, should be more adventurous with his runs. It's now on him to make the most of us being less cautious. We know how good we are at being high up in the pitch and then suddenly getting everyone back behind the ball. We are incredibly quick and effective in transition. And it's now starting to really go both ways in terms of the side being back behind the ball and then getting up to be direct and take advantage of space that is left in behind. And Gyökeres, as much as I love the work he's doing with his physicality, taking up markers, once he starts making more adventurous runs, allowing passes like Odegaard to find him, this system will do bits for us. And I believe it is the key to making us unstoppable and reaching that maximum level. And then for me, our final on-field issue is one that's only really emerged recently, and it's another issue that we seem to have massively improved on since last season, and that is not taking our chances, not being clinical enough, not being able to put games to bed. It's a very similar theme from 23-24, 24-25. It's another theme that seemed to have really improved this season. About a month ago, probably around the away Villa matches, where we started to see how detrimental it could be to fall back into old habits of not taking our chances. Past 2 games, 3 goals against Bournemouth, 4 goals against Villa previously as well. That's starting to improve again. The DNA is still there, the improvements are still there, and we just need to get back into that rhythm. So those 4 main on-field issues never seem to hurt us really consistently. They seem to pop up here and then there, and then this one is there, and 4 or 5 weeks apart, suddenly reappearing just for one match and then disappears for another month. But these issues are really fixable, and having what is really close to our full squad available will do absolute bits in that. What cost us the most last season was not an inability to break down low blocks, it was injuries. Going to the second half of the season is when things just completely fell apart. I remember early February, we had 2 attackers. Back then it was literally Trossard, who was not having a great season, and Raheem Sterling, who we shall not speak of. The backline looked so thin the entire season. The whole squad looked so thin the entire season, and that's what cost us going into really big games with a midfielder up front and a full-back at centre-back. We could just never ever get a run of games where we could field what people would really consider to be our best 11. We haven't had that this season. I think going forward there is a real chance of that, because again, right now it's Calafiori, Mosquera, Dam, and whisper it quietly, but that's it. Things are really clearing up for us on the injury front. I really don't want to jinx it, and all of a sudden in 3 days' time we got half the squad injured again. But things seem to be clearing up. And last season, we went into big games, and all games, not only with a weakened starting 11, but with a really thin bench. Aston Villa at home last season, couple weeks from today, it will be 1 year ago. The bench was absolutely tragic. That was what I was most mad about after the game, was Villa. They brought on Bailey, they brought on probably Rodgers and whoever. They just had a really stacked bench. And then you look at our bench and you see, Sterling, maybe 1 other attacker, 3 teenagers, no centre-backs at all on the bench, and it's just an absolute disaster. It's a nightmare. This season, very different. Look at the bench we had against Bournemouth. Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, Leandro Trossard, Mikel Merino, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Ben White, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Christian Norgard, and Eberechi Eze. That bench is filthy. This squad won't collapse like it did in previous seasons. We have so many matches over the next few weeks, and this squad is so well equipped. It is absolutely immaculate for us that we are getting so many players back and having such a strong and fit squad in time for January. This squad will not collapse. This squad will stay strong until the end of the season, and I'm not just talking about fitness there. What happened in 22-23 and somewhat 23-24 as well, collapsing right at the end come April. That's not going to happen this season. That is not going to happen. This side is so mature, so emotionally, mentally, physically strong, everything. And even the summer signings minus Zubamendi, Gyökeres has title race experience in Portugal. Madueke and Eze, they've both won trophies before with Chelsea and Crystal Palace. They know what it's like to have to stay strong over a full season to win a trophy. Hincapié as well, title winner, invincible title winner with Leverkusen. This side has the experience. This side has the mentality. This side has the desire. This side will not collapse. Does that not give you all the confidence in the world? This side is capable, very capable, of winning all kinds of matches. This side has barely any real on-field issues, and they're all incredibly fixable. This side will not collapse, and this side still has a level to go up whilst being 6 points clear. If that does not give you the confidence, all the confidence in the world that Arsenal are going to win the Premier League this season. I'm sorry, nothing will. It's not even, I don't know what will. It is just nothing will. And it's just as well because we need it. We need it. I'm not saying I would want Arteta gone or anything drastic if we don't win it this season, but we need it. These players have given so much. This team is so good. This team is giving everything. You look at players like Gabriel and Saka, just how much they have given to this club. They deserve a Premier League title. And is Pep even going to be here next season? I do not believe Pep will still be Man City manager come August. The student Arteta needs to finally get one over the teacher Pep. Otherwise, the Arteta era will just not be seen in the same light. And City, they desperately want this. You look at the signing of Semenyo that's just gone through. That feels very, very similar to Wenger signing Aubameyang in January 2018, just 6 months before he left. Different circumstances, yes, but it's the same sort of thing. Buying a really, really top quality player immediately before you leave, trying to salvage anything you still can out of the little time you have left at a club. So we need to get one over them. After all of these years, we need to get one over Manchester City. We need to get one over Pep. We need to give these players what they've deserved for multiple years now. And again, one of the things I mentioned before, we're faltering when it comes to big games. There's no better way to prove that is behind us with a win against Liverpool tomorrow night. Again, the side that pipped us to the league title last season. And we're going to go into this game with pretty much a full strength squad. Arteta pretty much has free roam to name exactly the 11 he would want. That's a massive difference between this fixture this season and this fixture last season, because look at this match last season. Look at the team we fielded. Partey at right back, Ben White at centre back, Timber at left back, Marino in midfield, Trossard in the 10. Disastrous. Compare that to the team I would go with tomorrow. This time around, Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Pierre Hincapié, Zubamendi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Gyökeres, Trossard. The difference is absolutely immaculate. On paper, we just have a better team than Liverpool because they have players not performing. They have players out. They don't have Ekitike. They don't have a striker. Ekitike is a doubt, even if he's fine to play. I don't think he's going to start. There's no Isak. So they've got Gakpo up front. They've got two central players, two very much central players. Szoboszlai and Jones predicted to be out wide. Very similar theme to Villa, who used basically Rodgers and McGinn out wide. There's a match against Villa at the Emirates just a few days, about a week ago now, compared to Villa Park a month ago now, where we were so much better at limiting their chance creation centrally. If Liverpool set up with Szoboszlai and Jones on the wings, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to create out wide. They're going to have to create basically everything from central positions, and we've shown that we can nullify that. We can definitely do that again. The midfield battle will be tricky with virtually 5 midfielders if that's what Liverpool goes for. We did not win the midfield battle, especially in the first half against Villa, when they also had virtually 5 midfielders on the pitch. No Declan Rice in that match. Tomorrow night, there will be Declan Rice under the Emirates lights as well. The Emirates is just a fortress this season. One time we've dropped points at the Emirates in all competitions this season. That was against Man City. One time. It is a fortress, and we are so good these days in these night matches at the Emirates. These 8 p.m. kickoffs are what we live and breathe for, and we are becoming just absolute killers in these matches. Everything's going in our favour. You know, down the right, Kerkez is going to get an absolute handful of Saka and Connor Bradley as well. I do rate Connor Bradley a lot. If he's going to be the one to start, probably he will be over Frimpong. If it is Frimpong, I suspect Trossard will give him an absolute nightmare as well. I do think it will be Connor Bradley. Trossard has all the ability, all the confidence to cause him trouble as well. Centrally, will Gyökeres get the better of Van Dijk? Probably not. Physically, sure. And why I would start Gyökeres in this match 100% over Jesus is Liverpool will know they can't just leave him unmarked. They need someone on him. And if Virgil van Dijk is the one occupying Gyökeres, the handful of Gyökeres, think about how much space that's going to leave for Saka, for Trossard, for Odegaard, even for Declan Rice, up against Liverpool players who are just not good defenders at all compared to Van Dijk. Kirkes, I don't rate that highly defensively. Konate as well. When you watch Liverpool these days, you're thinking, where's Konate? Konate is just all over the place. Like a match recently against West Ham, it was, I think, where they're always on the front foot because Liverpool are not playing well. They're just about breaking into Liverpool's box. You look at where Konate is on the replays, like at the halfway line. You're like, what is he doing? What is Konate doing? So think about how much more space that would leave us if Konate cannot discipline himself enough. Liverpool as well. We all thought that they'd be the ones challenging us over City for the title this season. It has not worked out that way at all. They have so many issues that are still unresolved, and really, really frustrating result, I would imagine, for them against Fulham a couple of days ago. I was watching that. I was very, very pleased with the end result, especially the way it ended, because Liverpool, they would have thought they'd snatched at the end. Cody Gakpo getting a yellow card for his celebration because he really, really needed that goal for him after a challenging period for him recently. Liverpool, they would have thought they'd won it. And then out of nowhere, my ginger brother, Harrison Reed, about 5'6" tall, comes absolutely out of nowhere. I scream at him not to shoot. You think, oh, that's going into Rosie. And 2 seconds later, you're told, shut up, that's just gone top bins. What a goal from Harrison Reed. Liverpool will be feeling that because they worked so hard to get the win against Fulham after going behind by Wilson. In the end, again, they would have thought they had it, and then it's snatched from them by Harrison Reed. On top of that, what cost us in this fixture last season? Too much caution, especially in the second half. First half, really good for us, going in at 2-1 at halftime. Marino header after a Saka banger for his 50th Premier League goal. In the second half, nowhere near as good. I remember always telling us, go forward, go forward. You know, there's a chance for us to really put our rubber stamp on this game, and we never did. Look at the way that's changed recently. So much better from Arsenal coming out in the second half and looking a much better team and really, really going for more goals on top of what we already have. Whatever way you look at this game, it's in our favour. This is our match to win. We have to win this match and get revenge, get something over Liverpool, who have got so much over us over the past 18 months. Right now, again, I'm just so confident that we're going to win the Premier League this season. Tomorrow night at the Emirates, if we can beat Liverpool, it will bump back up all of our confidence in big matches. And I know this is a lot to ask, but if we can do that with no new injuries, with a clean sheet, with lots and lots of directness and being very, very clinical, from there, what will stop us? What will stop us from there? We'd be probably 6 points clear still, provided City get their job done against Brighton tonight. But what I just said, a win against Liverpool with those conditions, that's not unrealistic at all. And if we are to do that, nothing stops us after that. I really don't think so. Liverpool are not in a title race, we know that. But they're going to really want to come to the Emirates and, as a consultation prize, put a dent in our title hopes. What a feeling it would be. First really, really big match of 2026, getting the job done over them, not allowing them to have that prize. Bournemouth was the start of a very, very chaotic month. January, again, is when we fell apart last season. This time around, it's going to be different. And with this match, we can more or less confirm that. That's going to do it for today. Win this match, win it well. And I genuinely, from that point, believe that there is nothing that can stop us from winning this Premier League title. Come on, you Gunners.